The Premier League season officially finished and farewells are done. While everybody was crying, Bruno Fernandes said, "Wait, I need to make a history," and gave his 21st assist. By that way, he walked past De Bruyne and Thierry Henry, and nowadays he's the only person who made the 21 assists in a single season. He broke the record and got the award, so big applause to him. Also, Spanish national team's squad was announced for World Cup 26, and they are not gonna win the World Cup this time, and I explain why later. So first of all, I need to start about Guardiola. He was quite emotional, and I explained it before in a previous video that he said goodbye and he thanked his staff, all of the players, and so on and so on. Also, I could mention about the players Salah, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, etc., etc. So the era has finished. Now we need to move on. Another thing was about Bruno Fernandes. Yes, he won important awards for the player. I mean, player of the year. He won the Player of the Year by the journalist. Also, he broke the record that he was in an equal position with De Bruyne and Thierry Henry, but right now he's a person who made the most assists in one season. So he's the best right now for the Manchester United and the best in the whole Premier League. Some people argued and said that it's like not quite fair in the sense of Declan Rice needed to be awarded this all awards, but in the other hand, you need to analyze that the Declan Rice statistics are not better than Casemiro's. You have to accept that sometimes, like the teams are strong and all players are playing the big role to become the champion. And I cannot just point to one player in Arsenal squad that who made a big impact like Bruno is doing for their team. Declan Rice is a very talented, good player who is defensively very strong and helping to the team to destroy the attacks of the opponents, who is a very big character, who try to win every time. He is a positive and he made a huge job for Arsenal to become the champion. But you have to understand one thing. It's like it is individual award. So Bruno has earned it. He was showing this performance year after year. Consistency was a key. It's if Manchester United as a team was rubbish, it doesn't mean that Bruno was also like that. He was a person who was like a heart of this team, Of course, there is a big question to Bruno's mentality. Sometimes he's suffering on the pitch, doesn't have a discipline in some cases. He is everywhere. He's running everywhere. He cannot stick one position and play inside of some tactics. He needs the freedom to show his skills. But, it is what it is. He just performed well this season and it worked. If it hadn't worked, in that case, we could analyze things and say that he was not quite good for the team. Of course, he's not good defensively, but he's, giving everything, and it just brought Manchester United to the third position because he played the important, vital role on that. So congratulations to Bruno Fernandes, and Manchester United fans are hoping that he will continue on that way for some years. The only thing which is left for this player to win team trophies, he needs to win the trophies, the main trophies, Premier League, Champions League, maybe World Cup with the national team. So after that, he can be known as a complete player. But I suppose that Bruno Fernandes can be on the same level with Andres Iniesta, with Javi, with De Bruyne, with these kind of players. The only problem is he didn't win the big titles with his team, but football is a team game. In order to win some title for the player, your team needs to perform well, not only you. So it will depend on Manchester United also. Let's see. Another thing what I want to mention about the Spain national team. Everybody saying that they are favorites in this World Cup, but I'm not sure about that. They are far from being favorites in this World Cup. Because if you look to the squad that was announced, it was not quite good enough, you know. By the way, I need to mention that it's the first time that in the Spain national team squad there is no Real Madrid player. You know, this is shocking. This is absolutely shocking. I cannot understand that. How it can be. The problem is the squad. For example, if you look to the Real Madrid squad, most of their best players are not Spanish. Vinicius Junior, let's say Kylian Mbappe, they are from abroad. So this can be the reason why any of the players are not going to the World Cup. So quite strange. But if we, analyze their team and how strong they are, or they are strong enough to win this World Cup, I could mention that they are not. And if you look to the positions, I can only mention Lamine Yamal, who is injured, and I'm not sure that he will be back after group stages. That will be key, but in other hand, he can not play in a shape after the injury. This also can play a role. Also, I could mention about Rodri from Manchester City. He is not in his previous level, you know. Of course, he is playing good when he plays, but at the same time, he was injured a lot. And I'm not sure that he will quite shine in the World Cup. So I could mention that the squad, if you look to the squad is collected with some young players for the future, but at the same time it's not balanced, and it's not fulfilled, let's say. I mean, if you look to their number 9, I don't see a real number 9 in the Spain national team, because there is no number 9. Before it was at least Fernando Torres, even if he couldn't score a lot of goals, but anyway, he was there. I could mention that there were David Villa, who could score a lot of goals, and I could mention about Iniesta, Javi, and a lot of good quality players as a defenders. They had Sergio Ramos, Gerard Piqué, Carlos Puyol when they won the World Cup, and these players are gone, there is no that kind of quality as before Spain national team had in 2010 and in that years, because in that years Spanish national team was the best, because except from World Cup they won 2 times Euros in 2008 and 2012. So it means from 2008 till 2012 they were the best national team in the world, let's say. But right now I don't find this kind of thing. Of course they won the last time the Euro, but I'm not sure that it will play a big role on that, I'm not sure that they're gonna win World Cup. It's not quite good enough, and the last time when they won Euro, they had much more better squad. Let's say the shape was there. I mean, all players were in a better conditions were coming to the tournament. Now I have mentioned that Lamine Yamal is coming with injury. Rodri is not consistent for last 1 or 2 seasons. There is no Carvajal anymore. So the situation about Nico Williams, I could mention that he lost his shape, his form after signing a new contract, and so on and so on. So there is no quite good balance, and they are far from being favorites in these competitions. It will be sensational and surprising that they reach even semi-final, let's say, because I don't expect them to reach even semi-final. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.